how I have to move forward, and I will repeat because and this is it. I say I want to play the devil's advocate in a sense that I am the head of state of a country, or you are the head of state of a country, and you get a responsibility, for kind of a lead. And then the opposition party, of course, they play the role as opposing the government in many respects so that they look ugly in the sight, in the eyes of the electorate. But they still get a remit. In other words, they can't cross that path where even though you get a right for oppose, but the opposition where you promote and provide, it gets a limitation. So you cannot go to a point in which that translates, to like inciting simply because you are dead set on me failing, and then you therefore begin to provide things, we go compromise the security of the state and Namidi at the helm of government. And they say this, Mr. Sanko, because theoretically speaking, they ask you for juxtapose your position, assuming that you are opposition into government and the head of state. Yeah, I hope that happens because we will be well off. But you find yourself in that position there, and then suddenly you get people that way they oppose to you, where they challenge you in every kind way, where they make governance for you becomes really difficult. How will you respond to such a kind of a situation? We know, say, given the backdrop, because I don't want to let you go there again. Yeah. Yesterday was the opportunity for the president for capitalize on that opportunity will be available yesterday for show that he is the all in all, now in the fountain of honor, now in the embrace every other people now in the show every other people now in the say, what we did fambulem, this is it. It's difficult, to be positioned what are they take. But as the fountain of honor, as the president of the country, this now be positioned here for, being north, west, south, and whatever together. But unfortunately, this was not the case in that speech, as you say. But then I go back, here to the theoretical fashion, Mr. Sanko, where I say, had you been the head of state and somebody posed threats, some nature of threats towards your governance, how would you react? And your reaction, how different is it from how the current president, they react?
Thank you, Mr. Prince, for that question again. You see, I mean say, now the two most deception back now we country. The people, in fact, listen, let's don't hide behind our fingers here. The old person when they talk now say the insight. In fact, in the label say it did not the partner APC party, not the opposition party. And this person don't talk, say, at the opposition party. But let we just say it did at the opposition party. The question where I will ask most SLPP people how when see that the incitements them where APC they bring camp now this country. And I understand. Now, why make I ask that question the Pademba when they talk say the incite now the country. One thing where I know they take away from that guy, I've never met him. I've not ever talked to him. I not even they even mention him but one thing where I know they take away from him, make the name one thing where Adebayo they talk where they talk against strongly, where Sentem this government not actually guilty of. Yes, certain thing in the way Adebayo they talk where I can sometimes say, is this really true? It possible say it they make them up. It possible say Sentem now out of rumor, I don't say they make them up, but Sentem now out of rumor waiting somebody they tell them we're not real. It possible. But when you talk about like the broke when they go broke box now Godrich, that is not something where it make up. Where they talk about like person when they go kill na Tonko or whatever, that not a thing without the way it make up. Where they talk about like somebody where like when people in the protest na Kailau and when people in the protest na other side them, not a thing the way they make up. However, it possible say it can get some certain thing the way subjective and where not for fact. But if the man don't kind of like push himself away from the opposition party, say he's not a party to it. Secondly, I won't believe say most of the team them when this guy they talk, and don't get me wrong, as I say, I know they support some of the team the way they say, but one thing where I need to take away from that guy is got passion for saloon. If at all they do with the intention for make like tension rise in a country, I may not go support him. And like I will outrightly say it. However, it come back to the point where we always the say Naya. You know, one guy in America make one point, Ibrahim. He said something. He said, you know what? He said this government don't give relevance to Adebayo. You know, like this guy in a guy where don't when the guy they talk him. Now, as a result of the government, because of waiting that they do, now he make Adebayo don't become powerful. Pass up. You know, Ibrahim, because when I feel say on a give relevance, where he be say the guy, the grassroots they went boku na the country. Now, una don't care about them, but this guy they penetrate towards them people there. So obviously, una they give relevance. There is a way for make una tell Adebayo say, no, una just make salon people not act for fool. Just give them waiting they want. Just give them basic. Just give them thing for it. Give them work. But like certain thing in the way Adebayo they talk, it just tell like what they see like the IG. Now they don't go sack almost 10 people in the police. Why this? We don't know. A person will say, Adebayo can make story about that. We can say, oh, now because they're not northern as them. Maybe that's in the same not true. However, I do not know. But this is the thing where I can say same not true. But what if not true? Not nice thing. So these are not things that when are incitements. Not true way they try to say, no, you cannot be doing this. You divide the country. So how people are going to tell and say that incitement? To me, it don't make sense.
Okay, brilliantly said. Fambulem, we almost come towards the end of this program. It's been a brilliant program, and I want to appreciate the brother, and I want to appreciate every one of you who don't tune in. This is critical. We did now a critical position na the state of we country. It's a make or break situation. I can hate for say that, and for a long time I try for avoid that. But the political situation, as we see in the country now, is actually a make or a break situation, and that's no joke. But as we come towards the end of the program, I want to ask probably my final 3 questions. And sometimes, you know, I can fear for saying the last question because as I say the last question, there's something else can come on my mind, you know, I want to ask the person or based on what they say. Okay, Brother Cashbox, this is the point, okay? Assuming that, I think I asked that earlier on, theoretically, you can deal with what you deal with, I can continue for talk while you adjust what you do, okay? If you need to do that, it's no problem. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to let we understand, say, we're having a brilliant run on the then and now. Again, let we not forget for share the video to, I think we are 150 right now, 150 people. That's quite a good number. But if we can all share around and multiply times 2, even if you don't agree, because not to plabao, we have to disagree for let we agree. Not to all man agree with what in a salon cash box they talk. Apart from what they say on this program, even your platform where you can release in audio them, also all man they agree with them, but are they admonish salon people them? I am admonishing every one of us. Let me listen to the content because even myself, the same thing that happened to me. Okay. Me not the incite war. I know the incite peace. I mean war, not peace. 1 minute here, I get call. I don't know whether or not they want to contribute to this program. Let me just see what they want to say. Hello? Yeah, Ed? Yeah, I'm on live. I know you don't want to contribute. You want to talk to me. I'll call you back. The program going to end in 10 minutes. I'll call you back. Okay, then. Okay, thanks. I've got another call. There's 2 calls coming at the same time. I've got a sister calling, I believe. Hello? 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 Okay, it's still trying to connect some sort of but family, what I want for let me know. Family then now, we encourage and entertain all kind of views. Okay, we do entertain and encourage all views because all views need to be adopted, listened to until we can agree. Say, well, your view not correct, not formal, and then we can dismiss them. But we views all have to be heard. Now, make I can say, for those of us we're fortunate for come to school in the West, even though we school back there, waiting Yaso teach we na critical analysis. You have to be critical, even of their own system. We might say the standard, a Dumbo standard or what have you, but then still entertain we on that basis there. So now that nine and teach we. So Cashbox, back to the problem before we come to an end. The president making speech, he don't make his speech done. When I talk to friends, them all around, and this is the most critical thing, the opposition, as you know, the opposition, in a short period of time, not too long as we speak tonight, and I hope people can take this down, not too long as we speak tonight, will cease, and this is profound, and this is dangerous, but it's just waiting we they look at. We hope we are wrong, but go cease for exist as that kind of opposition to the president and the current administration, Nasalom. And this is a dangerous trend and pattern. Are you, okay, because I know you for being a patriotic Sierra Leonean, nor the way our people go on, term you, classify you, characterize you, and put you, and know you for being patriotic in most things where you talk, because all people need for do, now for listening to the passion, the impassioned plea where they inside you, where they deliver. One thing I can say, when I listen to Cashbox, but how many times he can say, me fumble them, me fumble them, me fumble them. Yeah, but there is a reason why there is a repetition of me fumble them, because there is an impassioned plea to a certain group of people. When are you people? That's why you keep saying that. I don't like that, by the way, but I don't think about it over and over. You might not know, but that's what you do. Me fumble. Every little sentence where you make a statement with me fumble. Why? I come to the conclusion. Now delivery, now this guy they try for make, and it's so the passion is so much inside him to the people the way they direct him to. That's why he keeps saying, me fumble them. I don't want to do this. And not because I want to do that. I don't want to say this because they will say, yeah, but me fumble them. But this is the thing. Cashbox, I see you smiling, but on a more serious note, okay? The thing where they happen, the president don't come out. When the president makes a statement, okay, policies follow. Things follow what the president say. Now make when Fatima be make that statement, it may get an impact. When we go begin for mob justice una, we know say something will follow, because these people occupy a position with very powerful. And when they talk about the most powerful man, na Salome, they don't make a statement already, he make a speech. He accused people them being responsible. There was nothing reconciliatory about the president's speech. We have to say as such.
Yeah.
There were expectations, and I think you tried to say that at some point. Yeah. It not means that the president the pander to the other side, but because the president gets a responsibility, whether you belong to the West, whether you belong to the East, the North, the South, whether you belong to green or red, the president will get a responsibility for make that appeal, especially at this critical time when the country seems to be very, very divisive. And I agree with you. That opportunity, the president squander them. The president decide for choose a side other than the Sierra Leonean side.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this, una can take them the way I want to take them, but when the truth shall be said, una go understand exactly where we come from, that the president will get an opportunity yesterday for appeal to a nation. And remember, when he began his speech, that's what he said. Now, so it began. It was a sort of an appeal. Only 60 seconds, 90 seconds into the speech, it was an about face. It was a 360. When I say about in this program earlier, that if not drive, you will drive. Whether not Formula One, then for me, get the ambulance is standing by because that would have been a disaster. That's what the president did. But who am I other than just the ordinary, your servant? And luckily for me, I get person like cash box. Now, yeah, but tell me, when that president make that speech there, although you don't assess them, and they move forward because I want to let you address them as well, is there any fear? Listen to my voice. And I want to let you listen keenly. Because I fear for my country. I fear for my people. Now make I say that you listen to my voice. Is there any fear in you that the message where the president sent, that there could be repercussion, there could be repression, there and we people and go get for suffer consequently because we talk about political power? Is there any fear in you? And if there is, why?
Very, very, very critical question. We pain me, we burn me, and the fear. Since I read this speech, like I have this fear, and that's what I've been saying to people the whole day today. The fear, I don't feel say sentem salon people them because they don't so muscle them. However, it's possible say when you push somebody to the wall too much, it bounce back. But my fear where I get, my biggest fear, and I might be wrong now completely, my biggest fear we next election gets for be the most, I don't want to say brutal, but the most tense election we don't ever see in our country.
Because, yeah, but before, Senior,
yeah.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
I wanted you to create a picture, before the next election.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's a different scenario, and it's like 3 years away.
Yes.
Sierra Leoneans are concerned about the picture now and then shortly after the now.
Well, that's now make I say, when somebody be pushed to the wall, it they bounce back. Waiting at the suspect now this. When the problem we get for, I mean, I make you always accuse me, say, I go to me finance side. When people like now, these statements from the president, it can cause untold hardship now we country. And when it causes untold hardship, you make one, you say something earlier where you say, people are going to begin to say, it's I don't get nothing for lose anymore. Let's just do what we have to do. If not kill them, get for kill me, make them kill me. Somebody
are you anticipating a rebellion in this kind of circumstances or situation?
Well,
they put you on the spot, and these are radical statements, but I mean, you can say yes, you can say no, or you don't want to talk about it at all. And
to be honest, I am expecting social unrest and waiting.
Social unrest. That's a nice word. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Waiting. And I'm trying. I mean, we don't know English, but I'm just trying to play with my words. Like, the thing is, like, waiting to face the social unrest, Mr. Koromana, this thing where untold hardship get for come that country. You see, all waiting with the face so today. When I say today, I predicted this 2 years ago. 1 year, 6 months ago, I predicted the country get for Tranga pass how we did so. And the same reason we make the country don't Tranga so today. Now the thing that they do today, it was past waiting them do 2 years ago. So in other words, 1 year, 2 years down the line, we can't get for dinner a worse situation past waiting we did right now. And people cannot stand it. And especially when it be say, waiting get for Apple, The SLPP people go always, they say, no, we okay for we, even though, I mean, you don't come on as alone and say suffer posh. Even though they're not.
When you say the SLPP people and get for say, you see, we get for be careful with his statements in
Yeah.
Are you saying that, of course, you don't sound like you belong to them in inverted commas, but when you say the SLPP people, are you implying that you belong somewhere else?
No, Mr. Prince, we all get with political affiliation.
I do agree, but
yes,
let's play smart.
I don't belong to any political party. No political.
Okay.
I am affiliated. It could be your affiliation can come out from like whatever reason. Maybe like relationship with friend, relationship with like you papa, mama. However, the last thing when make you always say, before I compromise through, I die. You see, if matter, I want to make people understand. You see, this government, they form am the UK. I had friends right now where they salon we get big position. Where come to me? Then the one came and go to Mother Bio at the time. I tell them clearly, I say, you know, one thing, waiting make I don't go ever work with Mother Bio or talk with them. Because for me, you know, it's not well with country. Like when somebody don't thief with country, we still glorify that person in the back. And for me, I cannot buy equity our Mother Bio change. For me, when once you don't make mistake, country, not all country, Jesus Christ, no day where they forgive sin. When you don't do something, we're wrong. When you don't thief with country in money, there is no way and they kind of like give you another opportunity. It just like for make like let me assume say JS Momo be still alive. Then JS Momo can tell we say I don't change back. Do you wanna give me another chance? We go do him. For me, this is not the reason we make and not be ever kind of like support the idea. I had friends who be tell me, say, listen, let we go to Mother Bio. And I had is they tell me, say, oh, you wanna go even sit up, wanna eat that one plate and all that thing. But for me, that is not this is not country we they talk about. When somebody don't make mistake, you not get other chance. So when they say about like them, the SLPP people let me go say, not that I kind of like the reason why, because me know they SLPP. And I'm not in any other political party. Yes, I do have an affiliation, but that doesn't mean, like, you know, people like, when they talk and they attack me in APC. APC, certain, then deletes me in a forum them before election. Then deletes me because I was attacking them. I attack like the status quo now APC. I was criticizing them. But it don't mean say, like, because you, so I don't talk to about SLPP. This guy, Mother Bio gets all the chance for staying in power. If Mother Bio be serious, this guy for me don't do amazing thing in that country day. But I sorry for say this man not serious for make salon. Always he is serious for make. Now, well, not to make. He want destroy APC. And in fact, when people and they talk so, what you know say Mother Bio me make comments say he go destroy APC. What if people and say, oh, say, okay, as a result of what you say, now would they see so? It's just like when you accuse Samura Kamara. Say now because Samura Kamara say now make the country the triangle. So what about you where say you go destroy APC? So now that's what you try to do right now. But anyway, you know what? Salon, strange world. It's a completely strange world.
Yeah, okay. Going back to the president's speech as we arrive at the end, even though you make an accusation like the president no serious, that's a kind of serious accusation in terms of making change we will affect the lives of Sierra Leoneans. When you say so, how can you justify say the president is not serious in terms of effecting change in the lives of Sierra Leoneans?
The one example now yesterday, if this president been serious, like yesterday's speech for don't transform we country in image. The other example, now the commission of inquiry. If this president be serious, the commission of inquiry will be actually say the likes of Sajusu. In fact, look the strange thing back where the same Alpha Kande we don't thief that country their money. Now Alpha Kande don't employ back. So is this president serious to fight corruption? Is this president?
So let me ask you on that part, because you make quite a critical point, and the reason why I make a budget in
Yeah.
Because we question the sincerity of a process which the president institute for gratify and for say, this is what I mean. When I say something, especially to his supporters, I mean it. But now we are seeing that people who allegedly were corrupt, are corrupt, incorporate them or left them out of the process.
Yeah.
So you're implying that this president cannot be serious when you talk about the fight against corruption, isn't it?
Absolutely not. I've always criticized him. For one thing where I know for sure, I've read the audit reports. I've read things about with debt situation. Like the very thing when they tell we say so the APC left the country and debt. Then my position about debt anyway. But when they say the very person will be responsible for with debts in that country, Sajusu, the man is the finance sector, the financial sector now in our country. This man not only say now be responsible for that too. The audit report it make it clear to we. And this not to this recent audit, not to 2018 audit report or 2017 audit report. Then tell we say then give Sajusu almost billion for go pay we debts them where we go take. Sajusu not able to account for that money. Then Sajusu now with financial secretary right now. Then you they tell me say this president serious for fight corruption. The Sandy when in the lands minister right now. It was lands minister under APC. Like the guy when in the head of procurement right now. It was the head of procurement for Ebola when they say the APC government misused the money. This now the guy when in the head of like national procurement na salon. Then people are they sack that guy they went in a procurement, they sack him for corruption. Then we say APC sack him, they make story against him. But these people, that the same Ebola money, you actually go find out, you actually carry on the commission of inquiry for the accusation where they make against him. No. So how can you tell me this man is serious for make salon? He is not serious, Mr. Prince. The guy is just serious about killing APC. And one thing where I can always say, if you want to kill your political opponent, what thing you go do, you get distraction them. The same thing, I believe say the time where APC for don't die, now the time where NPRC. But if APC not die, NPRC them, you just continue for the work. You they kill APC naturally. If this guy be serious for work, they kill APC naturally. But he's not serious.
Okay. Just a quick comment while we come almost towards the end of the program. This is a contribution from a sister, and that's addressed to me. The interpretation of terrorism refers to the act of terror. Those who have set out to wage war against the state must be ready for the consequence. Okay, I get that clearly, and I do agree. I mean, if you want to wage war on somebody, you therefore be prepared for the consequence. I do agree. Yeah, I absolutely agree, Sister Janet. Babuka. There's a lot of people that agree with you here tonight, and we get about 150, 160 people, and then a cash box, a lot of people. I totally agree 100%. The country is divided, but what would be the way forward if we can unite like in this is where melancholy, this is where some sort of how you call them? Of course, I've described it in the first place, you're like melancholy, and then nostalgia, sinks in because the brother they talk, no disrespect to the brother, the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, and this is a period where I live in. So I sure say this brother, I don't even know him personally. Now that period of the night they talk about when things were, deteriorating, but in many respects was not too bad. Anyway, I'm not going to ask a senior because that would be unfair to him. Sister Asanatu Wunde, I love this sister. This sister has been with the now. We can flip flop, with the sister, and we left that. We don't necessarily get for be on the same pedestal. And this is what the sister is. Let's see what he see. The dysfunctional education in Sierra Leone has caused deep-rooted problems. The so-called educated elites, are seriously the problem of the nation preying on the ignorance and vulnerability of those who are, hold on right there, who are not so educated. What is education without implementation? Very critical and fundamental question. Yeah. You know, the Sierra Leonean story is really interesting, and we can go on with this. And many people make, I think this is addressed to you and are compelled for Idama. I know say you're not person who actually contribute to the watch the program, but something else, just box. A certain group of people are waging war against the state. Talk about resolving the matter. Talk about resolving the matter. Tribalism. Yeah. I think I get to side the sister they come up from, and I'll try to ask you a question in that regard earlier on. Because the current administration get a problem on their hand when they affect some problem and etc. But what I can say is, and we get for deal with that. I get for look for the panel for we can deal with that. Also, this problem come out. This problem not just come out. Fambulen, we get for understand, and other people can try for blame me. But of course, the kind of journalism what they pursue is investigative. I don't just take things, here at the back and then, you take a line down. It's investigative. Where did this started from? Because we can blame another person. First of all, let's take this. I am a believer in the law. I am a believer that anybody will violate the law, the consequences of the law. Imagine this, and then they talk about extrajudicious or extrajudiciary. Judicious or judiciary means outside the remit of the law. That's not what I'm talking about. Because once you do that, then the rule of law is no longer dominant. It's no longer applicable. And that's a problem. And I have a serious problem with that. But in a case where you apply the dominance of the law, I embrace that because I'm a law-abiding person. I know they encourage incitement in any way, shape, or form from anybody. But this is what we are talking about, just like what the sister say. The sister absolutely get a point, and I try for tailor that to Brother Alfred earlier on. The president or government, they react largely. But what they react to, that are the question, and sister, that goes to you, because you're still in on the platform. What are they reacting to? Because certain people in the call for XYZ, the constituency, the president, the authorities, they call for XYZ. In the meantime, the people where they advocate for, they are caught up in the middle, and there is nothing good for them. What is the way forward? That nine are the question. I see question and still they come. So make I go back. Thank you, Alfred Senior, for talking from an informed perspective. It seems like you get beaucoup people in there like you tonight too. This is the type of politics. Thank you, Babuka. I won't even go further. Prince, the question is, what is at the crux of the situation? Disruption by certain people. And I want to deal with. Thank you, Sister Janet. The crux of the matter here is, even though the government, they in a predicament, but it get people there, of course, the opposition, it's no secret, where they oppose them and they use their oppositional tactics for oppose the government. But in so doing, under the guise of the opposition, they are doing things which are not tolerated in a formidable fashion or in a legal fashion than are the opposition. So in other words, they do things, when the government react, the government looks terrible, if you understand where they come from. And if you do understand this, Brother Alfred, I've spoken a lot. What do you say to all of this?
Mr. Prince, honestly, Salon people, we need to be honest. You make a very brilliant point, where you say,
absolutely,
waiting the opposition, waiting the government they react to. That is a very crucial point. People and they say the opposition, like, they give them chance. Look, then like they pull parliamentarian and the opposition they earn, waiting they do, they go to court. Prince, then go inside the party office, the opposition. Yes, you go say because they kind of like protest for them parliamentarian, which is lawful for protest. Before that, una go and kind of like go shoot inside the party office. 10 parliamentarian them. As we they talk right now, like a seat then a Godrich will not even get like an MP. The reason being, the results, they announced the results, the lady beats Josephine Jackson just because it not go their own way. They kind of like hold back the woman. All these things, the opposition, they show restraint. You know, like you would go to parliament, you're going to parliament, beat MP, then they come on for heaven's sake. The opposition had the opportunity for get the speaker of the house. You twist some for making them get a speaker of the house. Come on, why you would now tell we say the opposition is not being like
okay, if I can push, if I not push back, I accept your premise, because sometimes, and I genuinely think say some people are not aware, because what you said just now, when the blame game starts, some people don't understand that all sides, it's like what I say, all sides needs for pullback from the brink of your tension, and then they say just condemn lawlessness without looking at waiting, they promote the lawlessness.
Yes.
I got that a lot of on the page, but no, of course, Mr. Sanko, I don't leave that.
Yeah.
You get the atomic, button that you earn, just like Donald Trump or Boris Johnson get them for dismiss person that you page. But it depends, so you're not just the dismiss person.
Absolutely.
So they say that it's like, you know what? Come on, this is not going to happen. I want to use the opportunity for welcome again, few friends, although we wrap up. This we they come towards the end. I see me brother on Mr. Joe Solomon, Tucker, I can call him JT, Kel Danks, Sister Martha asked very good questions, and I pay attention to right now. The presumption that they are making the country ungovernable. Of course, they come up from some side where I not even see. But the presumption that they are making the government ungovernable, which is the opposition party. Okay. And then we get Ibrahim Suka, a regular contributor. I just wave to you, respect you, brother. Thank you very much. British Camara. I mean, the brother love Britain so much that he call his name British Camara. Wonderful. I salute you, sir, if you listen and they watch. Christiana Conte. Boaji Hills, this posting don't make a lot of contribution, but I just catch up on this one now. So it's fine for I read that because there was so much. The president right for protect his citizens. Of course, brother, there's no questions about the right of the president for protecting citizens. And then we come to Sister Janet. The presumption must be rebutted by the APC. Until then, this will remain the thoughts of those at the helm of power. Of course, if they react to something earlier on, we are not get, which is Josephine Bailey, another sister, respect. Mr. Alfred, I listen your audios religious. Goodness me, Alfred, you need for begin form a religion and you need for begin look for the name of the religion. Do you know what the sister say? Let me read down for you.
Yes,
the sister said, I follow or I listen to your audios religiously. Thanks for all you do. Let me begin look for a name for the religious audio days. Sister Josephine Bailey, Mr. Alfred Sankose, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mariam Ibrahim, Babuka, now you are talking out of thinking deeply. Yeah, maybe Babuka be think differently from what I just say, what the sister say. Now, but Babuka don't change, a fight for listen.
Yes,
This
exactly.
is critical thinking.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sister Adija too, FNU, they watch from Manchester. When our own sister now we platform. Sister Adija too, I hope you and the family they do fine.
She doesn't need any introduction at all.
Nothing at all. Appreciate you, love you loads, sister. Thank you much. Bulldozer Dabo Senior, welcome to the program again. So I know say this being time you watch. Love you, brother. Despite the differences in opinion, no plaba. We disagree for agree. And I read one last one because it look long. And then they should stop partisan politics if they go by the true meaning of the party. It should be inclusive of all the other tribes of Sierra Leone, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, let me wrap up this program. We've taken a while. Senior.
Yes.
This is the thing, okay? The president, because all this talk where they talk is around the speech where the president make. Sister Sylvia Blinden or Dr. Sylvia Blinden. Which are your view on Dr. Sylvia Blinden? Both before and after the Goke-chan. And right now, as we speak on the sister, she's incarcerated. I don't know whether you have ever been incarcerated.
No, I've never.
Then you go, yeah, of course, because it's a feeling. It becomes personal if you understand the situation.
Yes.
And she's a woman. Where she
Absolutely.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. You see, Mr. Prince, it's a shame. It's a disgrace waiting to go on now with country. And these things, they're not actually the born good picking now with country. You know, a lady just asked, say, I think that Janet will say the party for the rebuild, like the thing they are where they happen. But I believe, say, there were so many instances then they were like APC, whether hypocritically or not, they don't distance themselves from Adebayo. They don't distance themselves from Jibril Bangura, and they don't even talk back, say, many supporters of them remain calm. I think I've listened to those things from Yansane where they talk, say, many supporters of them remain calm. In fact, I think recently, now even get for talk, say, they don't get for guarantee anymore for making the supporters they remain calm. I think recently, when the government tell them, say, they for kind of like reverse that statement. But you see, one thing where you talk, say, whose side this thing start? Look, Mr. Prince, look, we don't ever understand the reason why Charles Magai was sacked. Charles Magai make one great statement where he say, no can tell me, say, you get order from above. Since Charles Magai make that statement, Sakam, does that not sound very suspicious to anybody now we country? For say, no ever can tell me, say, you get order from above. But let me go to Sylvia now. You know, look at the waiting the see. Now, for me, you know, say this thing, they are all orchestrated. Like this president, they tell we say, they don't get information, the one the way they finance, the one the way they collaborate and all that thing. But you say you don't get the information. So surely you get people away the outside of una custody right now. Why una not do any arrested? So you didn't know, say these are stories them way that they build right now. To be honest, there is no way I see say Sylvia Blyden gets any question for answer. Can you imagine? The police is so desperate for evidence so much that he used an essay picture. He said this is now one of the evidence. Then you know the fearful thing where I listen on social media.
No.
People in the talk say two things we're fearful. They say one, he did camera be then at the picture. Wait, I don't understand. He did camera, but the picture, you know, hang na State House. The picture, hang na Sylvia Blyden in us. Then he say he did camera. He did
unless he's spying on Sylvia Blyden.
Seriously, like how he did
camera. Forgive me. This is ridiculous.
How he did camera go then na the picture, but Sylvia in a crime. Then secondly, somebody talk say he say, oh, the person he admits say police officer stupid, but he say as a result of the education where APC left, the man we go talk, you know, say that man they tell where in land book APC not be even dream. Since that they tell them call Salon the anthems of Africa. Now that man the land book. But look at it. In 2 years, you not notice say the police there is a vacuum where you be say you need for train them. Then Within that 2 years, they won't have the power. If we don't train them police, and the police they no go pull that kind of statements and they. But yet still, and try to twist the thing back for say, oh, now as a result of waiting APC left, now they produce them this. This Sylvia thing, Mr. Prince, you can tell why. You remember say Lima make statement. Sylvia try to criticize with what they do. Now Lima talk say if Sylvia in statement where they talk, it gonna be seen as an
okay. I think
the word we use accomplice. Accomplice. That's the word we use. It says what Sylvia say gonna be seen as an accomplice to Paulo issue. You see what happened within 1 week after Lima said that thing. Not only go arrest the woman. This is just, you can clearly, only blind man I know will see what they go on in this country. Only blind man. In fact, I don't even want to talk about Paulo issue. I don't want to talk about Diami and Abbott Williams. If we don't get evidence, why make it about Williams and Diami and case still in a court? Why? We don't pass judgment if we don't get enough evidence, make them go jail. But so the face and come all the time, like, this is just ridiculous. But when you talk and say, oh, you one-sided. Seriously? Then when people are like Adebayo, they talk them thing there, we clearly seem like I say it's an injustice. Now they give Adebayo platform. Because the guy, it resonates with the people not treat. One thing when I know take from Adebayo, yes, some certain thing in the way, it is subjective way they make judgments on, it's possible, but one thing where I need to take from him, the guy get passion for salon. That is one thing where I will talk publicly. I don't care how people are kind of like, it go kind of like they make judgments where they say, hey, room or no more. They say, hey, that's what people they do. It's possible to say all that thing and they like now make them up. But you cannot take the passion where you get for salon.
Yeah, just one final thought, and if I go to your final thought, Mr. Cashbox, there's a powerful contribution in the chat room, and it's a sort of saying, quoting the late Nelson Ruhaila Mandela, fools multiply. Family, I want to listen to this. It makes so much sense. I'm not going to say who posted this. Of course, it's no secret because people are here for that later. But for sure, how this powerful, I just pick on that, which is fools multiply when wise men are silent. And I repeat, fools multiply when wise men are silent. Do you feel me? Do you get it? Do you understand it? That fools multiply when those who claim to be wise are silent. Thank you very much, sister. Jackie Kabia, for a country to develop, there will be a strong opposition, absolutely. And Sister Janet making so much contribution here tonight. Charles Magai was simply rejecting influence and breach of separation of powers. Independence in office must be respected. Of course. Yeah, of course, you get it. You get it. She's absolutely right. She got it, and we know what happened. But above, yeah, I'm a stick inside then and now. Welcome. Adebayo's passion here is misdirected, and I think a lot of people understand that is misdirected.
Yeah.
Of course. No, I'm not going to allow us to go into that.
Yeah.
Exactly. We do agree with what the sister say. It's not like yeah, we just hope that the brother can redirect that passion there.
Exactly.
Because he's got it. Yeah, exactly. That's what we call it for.
Yeah.
It's wise for a ruling government to give freedom of speech to its, of course, Sister Anne-Marie Kamara. It's wise for government to give Samuel Sergio Cassell. Brother Sergio, I didn't even know that you were watching. Thank you very much for your compliment. Very good, the platform. Yeah. Okay. One or two final thoughts on this, Brother Cashbox. Okay. I think I don't say that again, but me not possible can elect for being repetitive because I can elect for derive something out of something, which is the president has spoken. Okay. It's a divisive speech. I know that because I'm so regular on social media. Mr. Forget people and they call me left, right, and center and they watch what thing that happened. So the speech is divisive. It wasn't reconciliatory at all. And people they expect that because he's not spoken for a while. When he finally did, help for divide more than for unite. But of course, there are two sides to the story. There is equally a third side, a middle side. The president, young people them, or people them will support him. The people them will oppose him. And then in the middle are the people them will not even know what they go on. That's just their life or their lives. Mr. Cashbox, the president of Sierra Leone, were you disappointed? Are you disappointed? Any advice going forward? I ask again, were you disappointed? And on the basis of the speech, the presumption of the speech. Are you disappointed? Were you disappointed? Going forward, any advice?
Yes. I think to say if I was disappointed. Yes, I was disappointed. Very, very well. Actually, no. I rephrase. I wasn't disappointed. But when it starts, I was like, oh, it actually don't kind of like gets me disappointed for the fact that I was expecting him to come across exactly the way he ended. But when he started, I was like, oh, he's going to disappoint me, waiting a bit think. But if I tell you, say I was disappointed toward at the end, no, I wasn't. I was expecting exactly this. Knowing the kind of man where he be, some people like go feel say leadership is all about being tough, being tough, being tough. If you daddy na us, always when you begin make a mistake, you know they talk to him and engage with him. Always now for beat him, you know they get the best out of that beginning.
Yeah.
So I knew it was going to do something like that. But for once, the first 30 seconds or 1 minute, I thought I was going to be disappointed by the fact that he's actually going to say something that is really good for the country. For us, if I am disappointed right now, yes, I am so disappointed for my country. And if we say the advice now we are the give with government and especially the president, it gets for be a leader. This man need for unite with country. As I say, it is too late for get a credible investor we go change the way where the country for go in terms of economic growth. But the other side, if people begin to see this unified Sierra Leone, people then they get a different perception about we. But I cannot, unfortunately, see this man because it gets people way full of bitterness. It gets likes of chief minister. It gets likes of Lima. These people are full with bitterness. And this is not a cycle where they go on our country. Yes, Lima was kind of like taken to prison or whatever for way protest. But they not be make him a prisoner. Maybe if I don't lie, I don't know the details behind it. Surely I won't believe say, not even sleep in a cell for over 1 week. But you get seen now where the apple now. It get this bitterness because of waiting and doing. So in they go the extra mile now. There is no way I can see this government kind of like do waiting with the expect for to be like that Cobra way. You they talk hard to you picking, but you need a bitter. So this is not the point. The speech yesterday for me don't be tough, but you know for don't beat that picking. You for me don't come really like a tough leader, but you know for don't beat the picking. You know, like some but we fortunate for be certain position where certain you they manage 2-3 people where like not so no more ways and then somebody do something you go attack them. Sometimes you they kind of like take a different approach for get the best out of people You get certain people where they get all the know-how, but you cannot see the best from them. Waiting you need for do with that kind of people and they. So this is not the thing where we, as a government, we need for begin to do. Let we try, if we unify Salone will be a powerful place. You know, I can always they talk and say, the kind of stage where Salone day, we don't even need for Abopan, gold, diamond, or bauxite or rutile. We can't see, we can change them. Inside, what if anybody tell you, say, Salone they change inside 6 months, Mr. Prince, that person a lie. And again, somebody go can tell me, say, oh, we don't get another JJ blood. But trust me, when a country they change, not so just for make people begin to see the streets and begin to feel gold. You know what you change? Now the confidence, the mindset. When confidence then a country, when it comes to peace, it comes to like people and begin to see and say, oh, there is a brighter future ahead of we. Just confidence. They change a whole country inside 6 months. Not all for making you paint the ground with gold. No, not so that you change country with. But this government come from the one that knock confidence. This not in the affect we country delicate today.
So finally, I just want to ask you this. You think, say, not what you think, say, waiting at your position, the government, even though I asked the question earlier on, but in a different respect now, the government get a responsibility for lead. Assuming that you not been the leader, you get people that when they can oppose you, so you been get for your act. But I want to ask exclusively and in a different kind of fashion, do you think, say, this government has failed? And if it has failed, why you think, say, it has failed?
Well, based on the advice I just gave, like a few minutes ago or a few seconds ago,
yeah.
I want kind of like be very, I don't know waiting at the word, like I want then at the fence now, yeah. But I want wait to make I say I didn't at the fence now this. Based on the advice we I just give away, if this government bring back confidence, just change a little bit for make you stick for beats the picking, but talk hard talk. I believe say they get chance for bring confidence back. But so far, the reason why I use so far now because of the advice we are just give. But so far, Mr. Prince, not only they have failed woefully. And I emphasize they have failed woefully. Somebody go tell me, say, no, what you they talk like, look at them, APC, I mean, the national anthem now in a salon, because the way they meet the country, that is not true. And I don't want to go in detail about it because, like, at times so I can ready for do an audio about that particular thing, it take me like then 20 minutes for explainer, and even that's not even enough. But like this government has failed the people of Sierra Leone woefully. The standard way Salone been there, if this government's been serious, by now we're in a different level, different platform. Like, but for answer your question, so far what they've achieved, and they try for be kind of like a bit, kind of like that inside a little bit, because as a result of the advice we give, I believe says there is a tiny bit of chance if only they change the way when they govern the people. But so far they have failed, not just failed, but they have failed woefully. Somebody go say, well, the education, they haven't failed there. No, it's not true. They have. In fact, the audit report show we wouldn't the thief money for the by the education. In fact, if the education system is that good, then men and send them, men and dear for send them picking and go to that school. And again, I make an audio where I talk say, you tell the tenor will be the go school, will be the jam waste with minister picking them in the class. The only thing, then they get special treatment. Like when we can all let we can pray God make minister picking come because we all in the free. However, we be still again go the same school, the same teacher and they teach we. Yes, it's possible to say them they get private teacher them and all that thing, but that's not the point. Make them minister there if they feel say the education is the success, make them send them picking and good.
Okay. One final thought, Mr. Sanko. Of course, you've said a lot, and I really appreciate you for tonight. And for those of you who are listening, up to this point, we still get over 100 people that will watch. I hope we can share that because that's how the thinking multiply. And we get a very special guest. This not guest where I know say any day, any hour, any time I can call upon and he go respond. So I really appreciate for that, Mr. Sanko. Publicly, I just want to say thank you to. I just want to thank you, yeah, for that.
Absolutely.
The All People's Congress, not so that in power. The Sierra Leone People's Party, not in power. I don't care how you want to categorize them, but they do have a responsibility. Based on all waiting they go on, is there a fear on your part, both for country, both for party and individuals, in terms of with democracy, what we done nurture for over a period of time? Is there any fear on your part, on your side, that these gains we don't make will be reversed, or probably they try to influence the question? So let us state that in a different way. You get any panic in your mind, okay, whatsoever.
Yeah.
Say, yeah, go on.
Yes.
I think you get to tell the same.
Prince, I need to make no waiting safe about this. Yes, I do fear about where we continue to go. I don't ever see Salon man like they're so bitter inside them. They resist them because they don't want to make anything ever happen now we country again. But when they talk to people in another country, you can see the bitterness. Fair enough, you go talk sense and say you talk to now because you talk to only APC people. But when they see likes of like even the NGC people, then they come out and say, you know what? No, we've had enough of these people. Like they expect too much. But honestly, for answer your question, I do fear Usai Salon they go. And if Salon we kind of like escape and people are going to say, oh no, because Adebayo did. No, it's not because of Adebayo. Forget about that, man. The all points now are people them belly empty. And where somebody angry, when I say angry, not to vex, I mean the Salon angry, hungry. When the person angry, of course, the person they say, I don't get nothing for live for again. When they say even their own stronghold, people are frustrated. Why did people Kaila will come on a door and say, no, we're not going to abide with this lockdown, where they say we're not getting for it? It is terrible. When they see like people, and like honestly, I do fear. And I make if you watch, I listen to this Batilo Songa guy, what they do, they go to a party office, they tell and say, oh, if I win this chairmanship, where I get na State House at the face and cantona, is this the life you want to make youth man then leave for making them sit down at party office all day and they wait for make you can't give them Lily and nothing? Seriously? Is that the life you've got for them? I cannot believe this. But honestly, even the youth man and the one they go see and say, no, we don't want to live such life for too long. But honest, for answer your question, I do fear for with democracy that country.
Okay, and it's been a brilliant run, and this is not the final of the final. It's the Stanco. It's the final of the final, and the reason why I call on the final of the final is I get people that will don't call me, I get people that will don't send me messages, and I get people that will still they call me even as the program they go on, and they get calls, and then it follow up by messages, text messages, not voice messages, because I haven't had time to look at voice messages, but text messages. And this is it. Because now assurance now they look for, in times like this, you can get people that really look for kind of assurance. President Bio, again, once more, don't speak. They don't speak. The hierarchy of the opposition party, which is the All People's Congress, it must be worrying times for them. Ambassador Fode Usman Yassane and others, apart from Anes, because the former president there's a popular view that he will be protected, even though other people in the call for or go for him because it seems like policy informed on social platforms. Because if you will Malabio come up with this policy or this situation, not because, or not because, but a lot of it is already on social media. So before the president they come for speak, some of us be don't get wind of some of the things the way it go say, we kind of shocking. Finally, Mr. Sanko, is there any situation where it's almost like I don't ask the question, but I ask them in a different format, in which you are kind of worried in the direction in which your country eventually they go as a consequence of the general situation now. And I shall say you understand where I'm coming from, but I repeat, yeah, I repeat again. Is there any worry on your part in terms of the proclamation of the president that henceforth members of the opposition are being clarified as terrorists?
Well, I get.
And I come one last thing, and then I yield the floor to you. Another thing is again the same president does say that terrorism not only restricted to the one that we support the people that they advocate them. So that means even if you live abroad and you they call for certain situations under the jurisdiction or the definition of the president, you are tantamount in order to inciting, which threatens your own liberty. I know you are not scared about that because you know what you do, but what about local people?
Well, you see, this is the thing, Mr. Prince. As should they talk about the party then, the reason why I'm scared, if now APC kind of like go soft about it, we know how this government get for play. They get for play for the fact they go see and say, oh, you see, they no say we don't get evidence against them right now, so now I make them they play soft. So like now APC get for come out, they expect say APC get for come out tough, because if they not come out tough, people will start interpreting it as if like, oh, they're being soft because they know say waiting the president accuse them of not true. So waiting get for the apple now, it kind of like create tension. It kind of like create this thing where it be say people will be determined. And when APC they come out tough back, this government get for come even tougher. They get for come begin to do. You see, this is not the trend. And by the way, I just see why me cousin way run away that by Ebola.
Run away.
It kind of London. I think they watch me right now. He go just the smile. Avoid that right now and deliberately. He run away to America by the Ebola, sorry, coronavirus. He don't can't run away. He don't can't. But anyway, I don't see and say they watch me. But you see, the point where I try for make Mr. Prince, where this now get for be a battle between two parties, them we no one make them portray them like say, oh, we are wrong. Like, oh, we did not. And when you look at it, that message yesterday, it be slowly they direct towards the ex-president. And I know say people that they can say, oh, you just they can't incite something back because now the new English word we don't bokuna salona incitement. Honestly, like if it directs towards like the president, and also it directs towards like people and where they feel say like they want to appease their supporters them for say they get power for kind of like, especially Adebayo, able get rid of Adebayo from Holland, because not of like somebody like me first kind of like anyway, I don't want to go that side. But the point with like the points now you didn't know say something they where they boil underneath where go destroy we country. Please, Mr. President, again I give a last advice. It not mean say pass you beat that Pekin before the Pekin respect you. You can talk tough and make you point, and your Pekin can still respect you. This fear away against Mr. Prince now the fact that battle get for come day with APC, where APC no one make them be seen as if like yes, waiting the president don't accuse them of, not true. Oh, waiting the president say they don't get an information, say people and the way they finance them and people and the way they support the idea. The APC would not want to be seen that way. So in a way, like now, it's like I said, they're obliged for come out tough or say this accusation levied against us, it is so bad. So now we get for kind of like I say a battle, Naya, and this is not the fear we are get.
So if you I don't know why it's necessary for ask this question, because it seems like that's where you ended. And the question here is there a fear in terms of the direction where the country they go potentially will go based on waiting they happen now?
Well, I mean, I think I don't make clear the issue.
Okay, I think I'm wrong.
Waiting yet for Apple, I do not know, and I would not want to kind of like make say, oh, I think this get for Apple. No, and the only thing we I know, we are the suspect is that social unrest gets for Apple, because if this government continue this way and like it gets for B, say APC would act tough, and when APC act tough, the members will be toughened up, and then when their members they be toughened up, the government like no go want take them, and if the government no want take them, this is the trend where we get for the go. But how we get for Apple, and I do not know. The only thing I don't know more say that this not actor and bad man and get for can begin the play now.
Actor and bad man.
And would I get for be the actor? I do not know.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a brilliant run. But of course, every beginning has got an end. Every end has got a beginning. And what we will talk about, we don't come to an end now. Yeah. And I shall say, you're not disappointed in the chat room, whether you are on the other side of the argument, you still find something in a way you can cling on to or accept, because it's been a fair judgment by many respect. And to the others, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone spoke on yesterday. And during that speech, he outlined some things then. Of course, anytime the President of the Republic speaks, it's divisive, whatever he say and the way I will say but what's important in this case is like the direction where most I repeat, most people may expect. Of course, it did not, go that way there. So therefore, that's a problem. But having said this, I want to say thank you very much to Mr. Alfred Sanko. We're taking time, here for explain to we, one of the general public claim. And Mr. Sanko, we get for Bianca. I don't even need for say that because Mr. Sanko is available any day, anytime. Exactly. Yeah, he's available. So I don't really need for say that. Even this weekend, we were supposed to bring up a match where I mean the fix people and they anticipate between E and Mr. Gismed Fodima Misuma, where one person thinks in own economics and in own science, you're kind of modern, and the other person in own is kind of archaic and ancient. We're supposed to bring them come, but we'll not give up. We'll bring them come. But what will we talk about? Just a day ago, I think they don't pass 12, 2 days ago, the public, His Excellency Abio spoke, and when he speak, certain things the way he say not go down well with everybody. Like for example, the Pademba Road prison massacre, the president don't seem to compromise the view on eventually waiting for the investigation where he commission when I want to person for investigator. So really important any longer. Should he have done this or not? And boku more we brother we happen for be the host today. Brother Alfred Sanko, aka Salon Cashbox. Salon Cashbox, huge program. You might not like him, you might not agree with him, but I ask you today, just listen. You might have a second thought. And we don't come to an end of another program. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much.
I want to say, yes, Brother Sanko, thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
night to all.
Yes,
And
and
as
thanks
usual,
to all the viewers, and really appreciate all the comments and even the critics. We
take
know.
your time, take your time, wrap them up. You get me, you get minutes.
Yeah,
Go
okay.
on.
I just want to say thanks to all the viewers and even the critics, them, even like Janet. I think I see and they talk like, then they say, oh, Osama bin Laden, like, no, Janet, we love you because we know to SLPP, like, with the criticism. And thanks for all the lovely comments. And I would learn from like the criticism, them, we at the get, and I surely like then and now. I mean, I've been fortunate for being part of like then and now. So we learn from it. And I love it when people challenge us because it makes us better. And that's maybe it's a president for they think more. And then like country will be better. Thank you. And have a good night, everyone.
Okay, many thanks. And that was the voice of Salon Cashbox.